Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Monday, the 29th of July, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up nearly 1% today to 7,990 points, with tech stocks leading the way. Though they had plenty of friends, telcos and real estate investment trusts also did well. Among the large caps, the banks were mixed. National Australia Bank and Westpac jumped sharply, while ANZ fell more than 1%. Commonwealth Bank hit a new record high again. Goodman Group was up more than 2%, as were Aristocrat Leisure and WiseTech Global, while REA Group was 3% higher. The Star Entertainment Group was the best performer, up 15%. No corporate news, just someone who likes the Star, clearly, in the past couple of days. Otherwise, Viva Energy, think Shell and Coles Express, said first half earnings will be up on a year ago amid sector-wide softness in parts of its business. Fuel sales were up nearly 6%, though convenience sales were lower. Its share price rose more than 4% today. NIB's long-time managing director Mark Fitzgibbon has announced his intention to retire, even though the health insurer is in the midst of a battle with private hospital group St Vincent's, which has warned it will walk away from their payments deal. Gold producer Ramelius Resources announced record gold production for the June quarter. And worst of the top 200 today was Fletcher Building after yet another earnings warning. Story number 2, National Party frontbencher Barnaby Joyce is under fire, so to speak, for using a gun analogy to encourage voters to get rid of Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. He made the comments at a protest against an offshore wind zone in the Illawarra. It surfaced, and basically what he said was, "The bullet you have is that little piece of paper, and it goes in the magazine called The Voting Box, and it's coming up. Get ready to load that magazine. Go goodbye Chris," as in Bowen, goodbye Stephen, as in Jones, and goodbye Albo. After it emerged, Mr Joyce apologised on television this morning. His leader, Peter Dunn, said the apology was appropriate. Mr Albanese was less forgiving, saying he should be cut from the front bench, saying the comment was completely unacceptable and the language has no place in any part of Australian society. Story number 3, a hot company at the moment is James Hardie Industries. Hardie's business is focused on the US construction industry, and while that sector hasn't exactly boomed, expectations of lower interest rates has certainly helped companies operating around that industry. James Hardie is one of those companies. Its share price jumped 3% yesterday, but in the last 3 weeks, it's up over 20%. That's ever since US inflation figures came in slightly weaker than expected. Interesting one to watch. Story number 4, Kogan.com's share price fell 1% today after its fourth quarter trading update showed sliding traffic to the site. Kogan, a darling of the COVID period, said gross sales were down 1.5%, while earnings were higher during the fourth quarter. It said for the full year, which it will announce next month, earnings will be around $25 million from last year's loss of $10 million. As part of the update, the retailer said its Kogan First loyalty program hit more than 500,000 subscribers for the first time. While profits are going in the right direction, investors are concerned about competition in the sector from the likes of Amazon, eBay and Temu. Kogan's share price closed today at $4.31. Now, mid-COVID, it was closer to $25, then fell back to $3. It then picked up again earlier in the year, but it's halved since March. Certainly jumps around a bit. And story number 5, Democrat presidential nominee Kamala Harris has raised $200 million for her White House bid in less than a week, which her campaign called a record-shattering haul. About 2/3 of it came from first-time donors. Harris needs to boost fundraising to make up for the slowdown in donations to President Joe Biden after his disastrous debate performance against Donald Trump in late June. Harris raised more in a week than Biden and Trump raised in the whole month of June combined. The Trump campaign and affiliated political action committees had raised a total of about $757 million by the end of last month. Before he quit the race, Biden and groups linked to Joe Biden had raised about $746 million neck and neck. In the week since Biden ditched his bid, Harris has united the Democratic Party behind her, gained some ground against Trump in the opinion polls. At a fundraiser over the weekend, however, she conceded that Trump remains the favourite in the election, which is just 100 days away. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 29th of July, 2024. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with the Tuesday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.